Hey guys, this is Melanie Hinds, your fastest Iraqi dinar summary on the net. My husband's home today and we were so busy. We just got home. It's 5:24. I'm having problems with my phone. Please do not text me. And if I do text you, reply, whether you see in my one of my emails or whether you see in my actual cell phone number, because that is the biggest issue I'm having right now. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time for my vertical live stream, which I love doing. I'll do the invitation. Hopefully that works. If not, worst case, I'll be on my MacBook Pro. So anyways, here's the summary. Thank you, Lisa Peters. I'm doing the summary off your notes because I've got way too many articles this morning. So here's the deal. There were so many articles today. There must have been like 14, 15. Our guys are giving us so much information. All the details is in my morning's live if you want the detail. Here's the summary. Iran foreign minister in talks with... indirect talks with the U.S. Donald Trump. He's in indirect talks. A delegation is gonna meet him in Oman. I think it was Oman. They're all about the modernization and the conference on banking reform. And according to Jack in the chat, when they do these articles, that means they've already done it. So they have completely modernized their new banking system. Again, I believe it's all blockchain based. And that's how they're catching the Crips. And they're also modernizing the voting and the banking system. Remember, they're going to have biometric voting in the elections. I guess the elections upcoming are in October. Letter to verify your. Oh, I talked about the letter. You might be getting a letter to verify your Social Security. Make sure it's not junk mail. Open it up and do what they say. You're probably going to have to go online and establish a digital ID for Social Security recipients only. I haven't even applied for Social Security yet, but I will be in a couple of years. Sudani, thanks for helping with the conference. There was a conference that he helped with. He's going forward. There's also a delegation from the U.S. over there with like 100 business representatives over there. There was also 17 MOUs from his last year's visit. There are 1,000 MOUs that are on Sudani's desk. We're just waiting for the rates to be populated. And who knows if they've done that or not. There's lots of rumors that it's already done in country. These are because of my military intel sources. Let's see. Awareness campaigns are launched. The awareness about the new system. They call it Ask. I forgot the name. They're educating the citizens on the newest digital financial system. It's kind of fun. Let's see. Tangible results received. Digital currencies will continue to reshape the banking system, reforming the banking system comprehensively. And then the last piece was largest trade thing in history. 3-day visit, multiple agreements. They say agreements, not contracts. We're just waiting, but they did sign a big contract with BP. Don't forget, we broke that news here. Major American trade delegation in Iraq, Kurdistan regional talks. They're talking about whether they should, Iraq is going to present a united front, right? But there's articles that talk about how they've been separate in the past, right? That is the past, not now. And then, let's see. Jack said there's new articles sent. Anything extra is icing on the cake. $45 a barrel will cover their budget over there in Iraq. That's word on the street, guys. You got to watch my live stream because it gave you a lot of words on the street that you don't get anywhere else. What else? I think because it was almost 2 hours, my live stream, but I gave you a timestamp. There's detailed timestamps that I've yet to enter from my dear friend Lisa. Article 12, subsection C in process right now. And funny thing was it slipped in there by Sudani. Sudani slipped something in the legislation they've already passed that allows this all to happen. And I thought, that's brilliant. And that's why the Iranians in parliament are pissed. But again, the Iranians are going to do side negotiations with the Trump administration. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Keep praying there. Although they're still surveying the borders to keep the borders between Iraq and Syria and Iraq and Iran. And they have 6 different crazy countries they're bordering. But I mean, it's just an interesting time to be alive. Comment down below if you think it's an interesting time to be alive. We're watching this Iraqi dinar just revalue before our eyes. I think it's really fun. And Iraq is close. They're closing their work camp soon. That means they found housing for everybody that they have there. Iraq-backed armed groups are ready to disarm. That was so good. Some of the Iranian armed troops in Iraq are going to disarm. Because why? Because they're under the system in Iraq is so secure and solid. Let's see. Iraq cracks down on human trafficking and organ harvesting. They're cracking down on it to include the death penalty. I wish they would do that here. I'm just saying, because that's just terrible to steal a child's innocence. J.P. Morgan Chase article. J.P. meets with economic. J.P. Morgan is meeting. J.P. Morgan's going to bend over backwards to serve in Iraq. Remember, I brought up the fact that I remember, because I reported on it, that in Davos, J.P. Morgan was sitting between the governor of the central bank and the Prime Minister al-Sudani, Jamie Dimon, who owns J.P. Morgan. Supposedly they have a 10-year contract for all the branches and the ATMs, the fancy ATMs. We do remember also that Apple took their iPhones over there. So I think this whole digital surveillance system, biometric voting system is all based on what the information they already have based on the census and the new digital systems and the compliance to the new digital system through all their incentives, better loan rates, a better purchasing power on the digital cards. It's all coming together, guys. Let's see. Yeah, so Iran's in indirect talks with the U.S., which is really big news, guys. And according to Jack, it's not the people of Iran, it's their government that is, squirrely. They just want to make sure they don't get nuclear armaments, right? And that's to safety of the whole world. I'm just looking at some comments that I missed from Jack because I want to make sure I get them all. Yes, the month of October is, in fact, their elections with the biometric voting system. He says, LOL, we were talking about the auditors way before there were any articles over there about them. Yes, we were talking about the auditors and which auditors are doing what. And that is what needs to change. Let's see. Oh, it was a conference of the banking system that Sudani was referring to. He goes, we were talking about the, let's see, it says, he goes, LOL, I remember when people were saying it was false information because there were no articles to back up about the auditors, but we were talking about it. Now we have tons of articles. That's all they talk about. And then let's see. Let's see. And there was a bunch of people in the chat bringing in rumors. We try not to engage in the rumors in our chat, but I will go to the second half, which includes rumors. Just saying. This is the only place I do it in the summaries because I want to give you everybody's opinion. He goes, do not listen or read anything if it doesn't come right out of the CBI. This is why Sudani put it in Ali Alak's hands to keep Iranian influence out of the reforms. This is why Parliament. So guys, that you heard it from our intel sources. So you want to subscribe and tap the bell if you want to be with the most up-to-date intel sources. And now we're going to go to the summary of everybody else. And I'm really looking forward to dinner. What are you having? We're going to eat out tonight because we just got home. Like I said, I'm having problems with my phone. Please do not text me or expect to receive text from me. You're going to have to just do my email. I'm still getting back with my emails as long as that works. My phone is acting really wonky, so pray for it. Right? I'm praying for it. So here's the intel from everybody else. This is as of today, and this will end up your summary so you're up to date. Claire says, article, Axis cracks, Iran-backed militia in Iraq consider disarmament. There was a quote. She's including the quote here, detailed articles I already read this morning. In what could mark a major turning point in Iraq's security landscape, several powerful Iranian-backed militia groups are reportedly preparing to disarm for the first time in an effort to prevent open conflict with the United States under President Donald Trump. I think that's a smart idea. Mark Z commented, Reuters, news anchor, and economist are now talking about revaluations and exchange rate, etc. Mainstream is now talking about what we've been talking about for years. I know, Mark, it's really fun. Mark Z says, they are. How many articles are we seeing talking about resets, financial resets, talking about moving to gold? Wow, it's big conversations in financial realms all over the world. They are all talking about the impending reset to commodities. Fun Lou, people have opined that Iraq cannot continue with the 1310 IQD to the 1 USD, but that simply isn't true. Fun Lou is saying, here's a recent list of new projects to making my point. Iraq signs strategic agreement with BP for Kirkuk oil fields. Chinese firm wins Iraq seawater pipeline contract. Iraq implements gold transit system, TIR, from April. Iraq approves new renewable energy schemes. Industry minister reviews fertilizer production in Basra. New Iraqi-China contracts for sponge iron plant. And $2 billion industrial city, $374 million Chinese investment in Iraqi medical center. Iraq to restart nitrogen fertilized production after 40 years. Work begins at Baghdad's new waste to energy power plant. 1.1 million pound contract for AI video analytics in Iraq. I wonder what they're using that for. Construction starts on Iraq's tallest bridge. New sustainable residential development in Najif. Iraq's $17 billion trade corridor to bypass the Suez Canal. This is a short list for the current period. Understand the 1310 value to the USD is no barrier to trade or anything else. Right, but the CBI's article is the key to that. They're going to do something imminent because their infrastructure work is backward financially, and they need financial stability while they've also worked on their security and stability of the political system and the military, getting the military off the streets, replacing them with just police forces. Guys, Iraq is safer now than it has ever been. Militiaman, the largest trade mission to Baghdad, comprising of 101 individuals. Steve Lutz is leading a 101-member delegation from approximately 60 American companies this week. This is the first U.S. Department of Commerce approved trade mission to Iraq and the largest trade mission to Iraq in the Chamber's history. The American Chamber of Commerce coming to Iraq. Powerful data that supports Iraq is going international. Frank 26, they have already lifted the 3 zeros from your exchange rate. It is being put into position to be shown to the world again. That's just his opinion. Frank, it's my opinion too. It's been done. Claire says, article, a large U.S. trade mission arrives in Iraq to sign several agreements. We'll have to wait and see if the rates are in those agreements, but we won't get to know because they're private agreements. I'm just saying. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad announced the arrival of a large trade delegation from the United States to Iraq. The delegation will meet with high-ranking Iraqi officials, engage with Iraqi companies, and sign several agreements. Sampson says the largest U.S. trade mission to Baghdad, comprising 101 individuals, arrives. Mark Z rounds it all up with metals are going up as the world braces for changes. In my opinion, this is all part of the correction that will lead to the RV. Many people are on pins and needles this week as it all shakes out. What do you think about them apples? What do you think about this summary? Again, I'm the only one who summarizes everybody and honors everybody like I would like to be honored. But guys, you reap what you sow. Guys, I love you all. I hope you have a good evening. I am really happy this day's over. How about you? So what are you having for dinner? Comment down below. Please consider subscribing and tapping a bell. We're the happiest positive tribe. Tomorrow, I will be doing a triple cast. If you'd like to be notified, I will be sending out the invites throughout the day, 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to take advantage of any of those time frames, you're going to want to subscribe and tap the bell to all so you won't miss anything fun. 2 o'clock is always a free Iraqi Dinar Q&A where we go through all the boards and all the history, answer all your questions, and you know about the 3 steps to a safe exchange. And then the evening at 5, we celebrate with a cocktail. We talk about how do you pull this in with your prayers. So guys, positive prayers are all that God responds to because the joy of the Lord is our strength. So if you're a Christian or if you're invested in the Iraqi Dinar or thinking about investing in the Iraqi Dinar, you subscribe and tap the bell because you're going to get the most concise information right here. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9. Have a blessed evening with your family. I'm going to enjoy mine. Amen. Bye.